This is a quick run through on how I've got all set up with the advanced building placement um, set up. So in the demo, if you look at your wall segment, let's go into extension. Uh, the grid placement is one by one, and this pivot point does affect how things get put out. I'll do a quick run through on mine. So the wall segment is one by one, yet the tool segment actually is length of two. So it's one wide and two long. Like some of us, we got wall segments that are longer than two even, and we want like a turret or a corner at a different height and stuff, but only one by one. So this sort of went out of whack with mine, and then it got fixed, and then there was a quick fix in 2023.0.0, and then but in the code, the quick fix was change on. I don't even know if it is advanced building placement handler base. Change line on, in my case, it's line 929. Sorry, 928. Change that to a not equals like that. I'm not going to save that. So, but in the demo itself, we run it. It's fine. So, oh god, I forgot that's not set up for URP. Ha! Epic failure on a quick video. So, if you're watching this and you're going, oh god, why isn't it working in URP? Find your cameras. Cameras, come on. It's way too early for this rubbish. That one. Change that to an overlay. Add that in there. Run it. I think the materials are okay. Right. Let's go and grab one of them. And set our wall. As you can see, the segments. Oh, that's because it was over the farm. Right. Okay. So you can see every third one of these is getting replaced with one of these double ones. So these are one block, one by one. These are one by two. So one by two, one by one. Whilst you can do that, and they'll go through quite nicely, as you can see. That one, oh hello. That one, because that's a two block. So you can only intersect walls that are one by one. Oh, no. So an obstacle. It's interesting. There you go. So obviously it sees that it's on a one by one wall and just keeps it as a one by one. I haven't quite got that working yet. Anyway, so that's that on that one. So on my one, I'll show you what. Don't save. Oh, I should save it. Nuts. Right. This is a version I've got of mine without fog. So let's get my buildings. So I have a wall long, and originally my wall long was 4 grids, 4 by 1, and I've figured out that if this Y option and your segmentation is an odd number, then they place fine. If they don't, you have to change it to center. But even at center, it can cause some issues when placing different directions. Now my map, I have snap gridding on, a snap to grid on the grid placement. So that's my long wall. Okay, so this is set as a 5 by 1. My corner isn't technically a corner. Actually, the prefab is a corner, because when you spin round, doesn't matter what angle you look at it at, it's the same all the way round. And that is set. Excuse me. That is set at a 1 by 1. Originally I had it set as a 1 by 1, yet I scaled this out to be 1.5. And if you look at so on here, my box collider is 0.9, 0.9. I'll go through some of these settings on these so you can see them, so if you have any issues. In fact, that's a good idea to start with. Okay, so a couple of things you want to make sure your transforms scale is 1, 1, 1, 1, as per normal. So just create a normal building. Your selection render, you want that probably the same size as your collider for the building extension. So this basically helps lock the two sections together, if that makes sense. So that is a 1.2 on the Y, 1 and 2. So I've got it's identical. I have, oh, I didn't do it on that one. I left it in there. My nav mesh obstacle is smaller than those meshes. There is a reason for that. So make sure you've got these ones here are smaller than your selection renderer and your box collider in there. Otherwise you won't be able to place them. Okay, your model, that scale for this one, so as you can see, that is important. I'll come back to that on the wall model in a second. So for my wall corner itself, my general, obviously place on terrain, ground terrain, shouldn't be able to place an enemy border. That's me. Segmentation, I've turned off, but I've put the segment length is 1 and minimum amount of 1. And my grid placement is that. Right, that's that one. So my wall long. So we'll go back through this one as well. So obviously it's all scaled, scale is 1, 1. My selection collider is 0.9, 4.8. So basically, I don't know, but at 4.9 it didn't work on that way. Remember, that's the length, that's the height. On the extension itself, it's the same. So I've got my Y set to 5. I've tried, it was at 4 before, and I'll show you why in a second. Bottom left, my segmentation is filled out on this one. So this is the one I'm going to segment through. Segment length is 5, minimum amount 1, minimum segment count for replacement is 4. So when it hits 4, it will change to hopefully one of those corners, which is a taller single one. First segment placement, put a corner. Last segment, put a corner. And period placement, every 4, put a corner. And that's the long wall. I don't know if that does much. Same with the edges. I kept my snapping quite high. And then obviously the box collider down the bottom. So that's those. So the model parts itself, this one, you need the Z axis to be the same length as the wall or the section you're segmenting. So in other words, my wall is, I want it 5 long, so the Z is 5. It does make a difference as you get a 4 length. I'll change this. I'll change it to a 4 in a minute. I don't know how easy that's going to come out on the video. But on the 3, so that's basically it. And my obstacle, again, is smaller than the actual box collider for the building extension. Okay, so let's go and hit play. You have to bear with this a minute because I have to sort of semi-jump through hoops. So start that, cars. Oh, he didn't do it. All right. Okay, so let's go and find a bit of a clearing. Right, so I'm going to drag my wall out. and I can't cross walls. I don't know if you can see that. If I let go of the mouse, you won't see it. But they're along on this section here, it goes red. I haven't tried reducing the nav mesh colliders. It might be that, but as you can see, the end of the wall is coming this side. So that is no good. But you can do that. And I think that's because these walls are, in this case, 5 long, whereas like in the demo, they're 1 by 1, and this isn't a 1 by 1. The width of this is a 1, and these are a 5, so obviously that's not going to work. So I don't know if there's something that could be programmed in for that. But that's basically it. So, I mean, let's, I really got to put some key bindings in so I can zoom in out quicker. Let's grab him. So we know that it goes that way fine. And I can even come off of there like that. And I can go up there like that. And so we dragged down, didn't we? Let's drag one up. So they're working fine. And that's great. So one of my reasons for doing a 5 is because I have a gate. I've got to adjust the height on that. But the gate, let me just do another one over it. You can see it a little bit easier. The gate looks a bit silly in terms of when the bods walk through it, when my villagers walk through it. So in terms of corners, it would be nice to actually specify that we've actually got a corner, or that if we're intersecting a wall, then it should be able to just go off of it, or cross it. But I think that is down to the fact that it is, as you can see, the red one there. Maybe it should. I don't know how that's going to work. There might be something where you could say, right, okay, if we got a wall like this crossing that, then it should automatically convert to like this wall corner, and then you carry on dragging. But that does work by just dragging off of there like that. And if we was to, let's say, I'm running out of ground, so that won't work. And this is the trouble, it's this bottom left. So that won't, which is a shame. And that won't. Hold on. See, that doesn't snap back. Oh, I was over something then. But that works. I don't know. It's a bit weird on the way trying to get it to grab, I suppose. I mean, that's why I've got the 0.5 on the snapping. As you saw, there was a bit of a gap there when I dragged that out. So it was that position. And that won't get the tower. Yeah. That will there. That's fine. So, I mean, for me, I don't know. I'm fairly happy with it. The 1 point, scaling it to a 5, you see he's going through there, all right. Which is, hold on. Let's go and naff him up a little bit. Oh, behave. No. Done that wrong, didn't I? Epic failure. See, I never plan any of my videos out. Right, let's see what happens if we lock the gate. He's going to go that way. Right, okay. Now I can do separate corners as well. So if I needed to, I could block where the wall segments aren't big enough. He's still ninjaing through that. Little ninja. Could have put a standard one there, actually. Oh, that'll do it. Now where's he gone? He's gone all the way around there now. It's a good way of making a maze up, I suppose. Actually, I'm going to let him pave through, and then, because I'm a meanie, thou shall not pass. Oh, but he triggered the gate to open. If you saw that. Maybe I have to check that code. If the gate's locked, don't do the animation. Oh, there's a bug on my code. That's interesting. I have to remember that one. And the doors don't. Oh, there. Yeah. So that's locked. I have to. If that's locked, don't trigger the animation. Fine. Anyway, so I hope that's helpful to someone. I'll throw this up on YouTube. I'll put a link in, but it's not on how to do it. Pause the video as you go through it. So I've managed to get wall segments working. So hopefully that makes sense for someone. All right, no worries. Cheers, bye.